You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. We're back, baby. RJD, yeah. As always, stay tuned because we are about to get this party started. Hope all is well, everybody. Welcome to What the Wrestling. As soon as we get this thing rocking, we're going to get into the Monday Night Raw review starting now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to What the Wrestling. I am your host, RJD here. As always, we are bringing it to you Raw, Monday Night Raw review. We are about a week. Actually, yes, WrestleMania is next Saturday. No, 2 Saturdays from now. Almost.
You stupid.
WrestleMania 2 Saturdays from now, and I cannot wait to see what is going to happen. I know a lot of people are like, man, F this WrestleMania. I'm done with WWE. I hate this shit. Well, I don't, goddammit. Love WWE, love AEW, and the Bloodline story continues to be the best thing on this program. Monday Night Raw was but the Bloodline stuff kept me intrigued the whole night. So, we're going to talk about that first, but before we do, hit the goddamn like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. What the Wrestling, as always, if you see my camera moving because I'm doing the fake out, don't worry, it's just my camera. No suspicious, fictitious things up in here, okay?
Okay. Get some help.
So, with that being said, let's get into Monday Night Raw. So, Monday Night Raw. So, as I bounce around, I'm going to talk about the Bloodline stuff first because, as always, Bloodline stuff is the best stuff on the show. So, Bloodline stuff happens. We got KO, we got Sami Zayn. They come out. Sammy's like, KO's like, I think they like you. KO's like, I think they like you. And everybody's just like, KO, Sami Zayn, KO, all that good stuff. So, yes, everybody loves Sami. Everybody loves KO. It's all a good thing. Now, KO finally realized it was time to get over everything and take the Bloodline down together. Sami says they both know what comes next, and it looks like WrestleMania. As they both look at the sign, the only thing we were missing is the point.
You stupid.
Looking like the Miz out there. Enter the Usos. Jay and Jimmy come down, and they begin to talk their junk. Says, they're the kind of family that cuts throats. Sami laughs it off, saying Jay's biggest dream is to Jay's biggest dream backstage is to backstage Roman Reigns. Jimmy accused Zayn of being in the dream world himself, thinking that something's going to happen at WrestleMania, but nothing's going to happen. Nope. They're going to get beat. They're going to get beat down, and it is a wrap. KO wants to get this show on the road, and he's like, listen, how about you and your brother versus me and my brother at WrestleMania? Jimmy says they are the greatest tag team in the world, and Sami and Kev Sammy and Kev don't deserve a title shot because they've been on the same page for what? All of 1, 2, 3 minutes? Not gonna lie, that was a good line. Jay Interruption says, to be honest, this might be their only shot to give it the KO and Sami Zayn problem and put him in the dirt. Like 6 feet under. Jesus Christ.
Damn, son.
I'm trying to kill people out here. Anyway, brother versus brother at Mania, and they accept. But the Usos don't want to wait, and they rush into the ring. A brawl breaks out. They're super kicking people. Jimmy pulls Jay out of the way of a haluva kick. Referees come down. Everybody starts going crazy. There's a bunch of stuff going on. There's a lot of chants being thrown. But who shows up on the big Titantron screen? Remember that? The Titantron from back in the day? Who shows up but the tribal chief himself, with Solo and the wise man next to him, and Jimmy and Jay think better of it, and they hightail it out of there. There was also another segment where, because this was a storyline segment, where Jimmy says there is nothing worse than having your brother leave and you get blamed for it, or having your brother, something happen to your brother and you get blamed for it. Now, stop the show. Remember, Jimmy was the cause of Jay saying, I quit in that match, because Jay and Jimmy would do anything for each other. So that is going to be something that comes into play real soon. As for the room, everybody kind of got quiet and everybody was kind of like, we know what he means, but he didn't say it. And then he says, but you know what? I blame Sami Zayn. And then everybody came back and everybody relaxed. And everybody was like, phew. He was like, I blame Sami Zayn for all this. I can never forgive him. Roman tells the wise man to leave, except for Jay. Jay doesn't leave. And Roman is like, you good? Not only did you not, when you're not here, but you come back and now you're making decisions. You're only making decisions if you're family. You only family if you're back in the bloodline. So are you family? And Jimmy says, I got you. I'm back, Oos. I got you, Oos. Now listen. Jay leaves, and then the tribal chief looks at the wise man, and the wise man says, did you get what you needed? And I think they hugged. It's the same way he and Sami Zayn hugged. And he says, yes, I heard all I needed to hear. So Roman, the manipulative person that he is, still has Jay under his thumb. When this all happens, it depends on how they do the night after Mania. Maybe they come out, maybe the bloodline implodes. Maybe the bloodline implodes at the end of WrestleMania, and you have Jimmy and Jay and Solo, and they all beat the hell out of the tribal chief because he's beating on them, and we all know Jay is going to turn first. Hold on 1 second. No. All right. We back. I had to knock that out real quick. But at the end of the day, no, I had a couple minutes off. All right, listen, don't judge me.
You stupid.
At the end of the day, Roman Reigns is still manipulating Jay, still manipulating Jimmy, still doing all of that. This is bothering me, so we're gonna do that. There you go. Still manipulating Jay, still manipulating Jimmy, still doing what he has to do, and it's gonna be crazy when it all falls apart. Like, the decline is happening, and it's going to be glorious. But let's talk about the end. The end. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, the American roller coaster. Before they came out, he did tell Jimmy and Jay to go to the jet, so they went out there alone with Solo. And you had Roman out there, you had Cody come out there, and there you go. So he gets on the mic and says, normally he asks St. Louis what do you want to talk about, but he already knows what everybody wants to talk about. And let's get right to it. You want to get down to something personal? He's heard that they have a Cody Rhodes problem, and he'd love to them define what a problem means. Heyman steps up and Cody says, hey,
you stupid.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the tribal chief. I like the way he stepped in and basically said, yo, my man, get the fuck out of here. I ain't talking to you, fam. Roman comes on the mic and says, listen, you're not a problem. You're like our forefathers. You're like what we used to be. You're a professional wrestler.
You stupid.
And you see me, I'm a fighter. I'm a megastar. Which I like that. I like the whole bringing the old with the new. Because, you know, they are both second, third generation superstars, I think. So, you know, the whole NOIE family is full of superstars. So that's a nice little tidbit. So you come in here and you say all the things you want to do, but at the end of the day, we all know you're not going to do them. You didn't want to be Stardust, so you ran away. You couldn't get over in your little promotion, so you ran away from there. And then you came, and then he said what? And then he said you came here. You came here and you got over, but your body broke down. You tore your little pecky or something. He said something like that. He said your body quit on you. So at the end of the day, you ain't built for this, son. I was like, ooh.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay, Roman, we see you. And he says, listen, everything Roman's saying is true. The business broke his heart and he ran away. But when he did run away, he said he got 100% of everybody in the locker room to make a lot more money than they used to. So let's clap it up for Cody Rhodes for that. We can get more money. All four people get more bread. Let's get this paper. But he says he started here and he wanted to be a superstar. He really did. But at the end of the day, he's just a violent professional wrestler who likes the taste of blood in his mouth. But let's make one thing clear. You heard me? stop bringing up my dad, because my dad is not coming to swoop in and hit the bionic elbow. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. He's not coming out. He's like, my brother doesn't work here. So what? Understand this. When you come out on April 2nd, you're going to see 100% me and only me. So I like that. That was good stuff. And he said Roman on April 3rd. Yes, ill, disgusting. On April 3rd, Roman, you're going to have to wake up and remember what it's like to lose. To wake up without titles. And then this is what's going to happen. You're going to wake up and then Jay's going to leave. And then because Jay leaves you, Jimmy's going to go too. No Usos. Then you know what happens when they don't Usos? Then Solo leaves you. And he's saying, listen, I see you glaring at me. And I'm going to tell you, from one second generation superstar to the next, standing next to the champion, you're not ready. So sit down, son.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And after he told Solo to chill, he went back to Roman. And then he said, after everybody leaves, then this one is going to go back to being an advocate. Talking about Paul Heyman. And then he said, you'll be Roman without any reigns. You'll be what he said? You'll be the tribal chief without any tribe. Woo! Roman says, you know what? I'm over it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And he begins to leave, drops the mic, and then Solo begins to leave, and then Cody says, because he's egging him on at this point, he says, like I said, you're not ready. Solo comes back, he takes his arm down, he goes to hit the Samoan plank. When he gets kicked in the hand, Roman is looking at Paul. What the hell is he doing? Cody's sitting there like, he goes up to do it again, and he's running towards Cody, but before he can charge up and run, Roman is like, stop. Let's go. Get out the ring. Relax. Tranquilo. And you're not ready. Solo goes back down, and that is all she wrote. So from start to end, the Bloodline stuff is the best thing on this show. It kept me interested while watching this show. I really did like it. Bloodline is one of the best stories WWE has ever told. It's probably, I'd have to go back and look at the other stories, you know, Yes Movement, Vince McMahon and Stone Cold. I'd have to go back and look at all of those stories that were told, but it's gotta be in the top 3. I mean, it has to be. You know, Hogan and Andre the Giant. I mean, just the long-term booking, the long-term story. WWE doesn't tell stories this long, not anymore. They just don't. So the fact that these guys have been able to tell this long story, thank you, Triple H. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful freaking thing. So, I love this. I can't wait.
Give it a hell yeah!
What the Wrestling will be having a whole bunch of videos that I'm doing WrestleMania weekend live from Mi Casa in New York City. So we're gonna have some people over Saturday. We're gonna have some people over Sunday. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be grand. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna pop shit. We're gonna yell at the TV because that's what we do. We're gonna have the system bass booming. That's what we do. So just letting you know, look out for all of that content coming soon. What else do we have on this show? Let's talk about it.
Stop it. Get some help.
So we had Austin Theory versus Montez Ford. Austin Theory won. And then after he wins with the A-Town down, Theory is wiping bloody tears from one eye. And he's saying Ford didn't believe in him, and now he does. John Cena doesn't believe in him, but at WrestleMania he will. So that happened. Austin Theory, good stuff. Omos fought Mustafa Ali in a squash. After the match, MVP gets on the mic and talks about how Brock Lesnar is going to learn to fear the Nigerian Giant. Logan Paul, we see Logan Paul security knock on his door, and he has his entourage step out. The Miz interrupts, asking him to go over some questions for tonight. thinking that he wants the Miz to be on the show, but Logan tells him hard pass and keeps it moving. After the break, we had Logan Paul to host Impulsive TV. Not like Miz TV, because it's Logan Paul's show. And the crowd is just like... And he tells the crowd they could boo all day. Well, listen, people love to boo Logan Paul. The fact that they tried to make this guy a babyface for a little while, not smart.
It's stupid.
He's got a real punchable face. He's got a real arrogant smile. And the only reason, you hear me?
It's stupid.
The only reason this works is because Logan Paul is actually good in the ring. So because he's good in the ring, all that obnoxious shit he does comes across great. So shout out to Logan Paul for being dope.
Sway.
I didn't believe it at first. Now I am a believer. So he says the reality is he doesn't have to be here. He's made his millions and he does this because he loves it. He loves this ish and he loves us, but sadly we don't love him. There's probably two people in the arena that love him: his dad and the kid in the front row with the drink prime sign. Yes, Logan, we love to hate you, okay? We love you to hate you, okay? We do. We love Logan Paul, but Logan Paul's great. I like Logan Paul. He's awesome. So no matter what he does, be honest, we'll never respect him, but he don't care. He's a 360-degree entertainer. There's nothing he can do, no seat he can fill, no person on the roster that he can't compete with. And yes, he is that damn good. No. How dare you? Shush, Logan. And in fact, that's why there's no guest tonight, because frankly, he can do it all by his goddamn self. And he talks the local sports team, goes in and out. Beating Seth Rollins to his 28th birthday party, talks about how the match is going to be great, and then he tries to do some other stuff, but the mic starts messing up, and he tries to get some mic maintenance, but it doesn't help, and he gets a fresh mic from production. Then here comes Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins looking crazy and leopard and like really big shades. Bruh. Ever since he started wearing these outrageous ass outfits, they just get more and more obnoxious. It's like, how much more obnoxious can this brother get? Shout out to Becky Lynch's designer or her dress person, because she got sent out there looking crazy. How dare you? And that's a good thing. I mean that in a good way. Shout out to her. So he's in the truck, he's mock apologizing, and he says the only thing that's gonna happen is Seth freaking Rollins, and he hits the freaking button. His music hits, the crowd, they come out. Seth Rollins comes out, and then they start. Logan tells him that his outfit is stupid, literally. We got a soundbite for that. Stupid. And Seth makes like he's gonna reply verbally before he just brawls with him. They have a fight. They fight over the chair, announcer, chairs going up and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, Logan Paul hits him with that one lucky punch and knocks Seth Rollins out. Yeah. He sells it beautifully. And I can't wait for Logan Paul to lose at WrestleMania. Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio are shown walking in backstage. Then we got Dominic Mysterio and Johnny Gargano. We got a whole bunch of shenanigans here, but Joe Toho sets up Gargano for the 619 that is ducked. Discus Lariat connects, followed with the long dart. There's a basement super kick. Missed it. Mounted punches in the corner, jockeying for position. Mysterio goes off the top, and then he hits him with a frog splash to get the win. Mysterio hits the mic and says, "His good for nothing father has denied his challenge at WrestleMania, but he's not going to stop until he gets what he wants. And at the end of the day, he knows that his entire family will be at SmackDown this week. That match probably will be set this week, so they'll have 1 week to build it." That's definitely happened. I gotta get the WrestleMania match card. We gotta do predictions next week. I gotta run down the match card and see how good it looks. I mean, if they're only gonna have 10 matches, 5 and 5, maybe you do a couple of performances for filler and all of that good stuff, I'm with it. But I think they'll probably have 6 and 6. 6 matches and 6 matches, and then you'll have like a 1 hour pre-show. I think that's how it's gonna be. WrestleMania might be 3.5, 4 hours. Maybe 4 hours and 4 hours. And I think night 1 is gonna be better than night 2, but I think the WrestleMania main event is gonna be the best thing on both shows. I'm putting it out there because I just think that's what's gonna happen. So we got Edge with a spooky promo. Okay, cool. And then Rhea Ripley comes out after all that. And Rhea Ripley cut the promo, says she's gonna beat up Charlotte, basically, to make a long story short. That's what she said. And she says Charlotte's time has passed. She's washed up. And then Bayley comes out with Damage Control. And Bayley says, listen, if you want to help with beating Charlotte, I could have been the one to help you. And they all respect Rhea because anyone who puts Flair in her place gets the utmost respect from her. But if she wanted tips, she could have just asked Bayley. Rhea says she doesn't need help from the 3 of them. And Bayley changes gear to talk about how cocky Rhea is. And it's time for Damage Control. So she's on their show. She needs to get a move on. Rhea issues the challenge. Bayley accepts because she was the only one in ring gear. Adam Pearce throws a referee out there, and we got ourselves an impromptu match. Bayley versus Rhea Ripley had all the shenanigans. Damage Control was out there. They interfered in the match with Bayley tried to do a cheap shot and then roll her up, putting her feet on the ropes with help from Dakota Kai. That didn't save her. Then they had Trish, the tag team champions. Trish come out with Lita and the man who is eating popcorn, Becky Lynch. And due to all the shenanigans, everything happening outside, Rhea Ripley hits the Riptide and gets the win. She's been hitting some fantastic looking Riptides. And they all brawled outside and shit got crazy. Rhea Ripley wins. Then we had Chad Gable, who's looking for Otis, and finds him having a spa day. And he's like, listen, I need you to come out here and fight with me. And he says, let's ride. So he went out there with Mr. Gable, and Ricochet had a nice match with Chad Gable. And Ricochet wins with the shooting star press after he reversed the Chaos Theory. There's been something in my eye for the better part of like half an hour. So we're going to tough it out. So if you see me doing this, because my eye is crazy. Asuka and Bianca Belair versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Asuka and Bianca Belair win with the KOD from Belair on Piper Niven. We have seen this 50 times already. After the match, Asuka takes out Bianca Belair with a basement dropkick, and that was all she wrote with them. So, all in all, this episode of Monday Night Raw was alright. This episode of Monday Night Raw was alright. It wasn't all that. I mean, it wasn't terrible. The Bloodline stuff was great. Good to see Roman on Monday Night Raw finally, because we need that shit. So, I'm liking the build. I know a lot of people are saying the build between Cody and Roman is lackluster. But listen, I'm liking the build. I'm liking the build here. They need to keep it up. They need to keep doing what they're doing. And that's the only way they're going to keep this thing rolling. They got one more week, and then comes the big show. So everything needs to be hitting on all cylinders. I fully expect SmackDown, Raw, and SmackDown to be good shows. The next, because there's a SmackDown, there's a Raw, and then there's a SmackDown, and then WrestleMania Saturday. So I fully expect these shows, these next 3 shows, to be great. Good to great. I fully expect it. Let's see if it comes true. So with that being said, tis I, RJD. Predictions next week. Stay tuned for that. As for me, I am out. I'm going to go rinse my damn eye out with soap and water because it's crazy burning right now. Be safe, y'all. Hey.